Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Joining me today on the block is Jojo. How you doing, Jojo?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty great.
I
Nice to
love
see you
that.
again. All right, this is your first time joining me on the block. Well, please do us a favor and subscribe to Reality Pop. It is going to be your new hub for all things reality. And so today we're talking about Big Brother Canada, episode 14. We are at the halfway point. I think on day 34 or 35 in the house, and it's supposed to only be a 70-day season. So what do you think about the first half of the season? And what are your projections for the second half?
Ah! I haven't been this invested, like truly invested in a Big Brother in a long time. So I'm loving that the season is surprising and heartbreaking. Honestly, so far, everyone that's been evicted, I'm like, I don't want them to go. I don't know who I want to take their place, but I don't want them to go. So that I think it's just such a good cast that I'm happy.
Me too. And I've been kind of like, well, maybe everybody should be in the jury. Like, I just I don't want everybody to be gone and back home or whatnot. Like, I know that it's already been 5 weeks and people are gone now, but like, I agree with you. I'm enjoying the cast so much that even the people that I don't care for, I still don't really want them to go necessarily. So we always comment on Miss Arissa Cox's outfit. What is your number on a scale of 1 to 10 for what this lady is wearing tonight?
I'm going to give it a week 8.
A week 8?
Yes.
I love what she's wearing. I'm going to give it, I think it's like a 9. I mean, I'm a sucker for sparkles. Yes. I love sequins. It was kind of like a retro 70s vision. I loved the straight shoulders with the shoulder pads. I mean, that is an outfit that I would 100% wear. I would have probably liked it even more if it was a jumpsuit. If it was a jumpsuit with like really tapered ankles, so just been like
with another, would you like another cross of silver?
Sure.
On the bottom? That would be fun.
Sure. Whatever. Like I don't need to explain. I love gaudy. So, I mean, it was just feeling that gaudy vibe that I'm into. And I was just really happy for it. And maybe it was because I really didn't like last week. So this was like, I loved it.
I'll take it. I just think she's looked so incredible in the past that I won't go anything. I won't go above an 8, but I think that it's just a week 8. Like a 7.58.
7.5? That's like a B+.
But like an 8. But like just at an 8.
Okay, it's an 8. Yes. So to make it better, would she be able to do anything to make that look better?
Maybe
like a pop on the lips, like a little.
I would have maybe some black would have been really, with like some glitter black. I would have loved. That would have been fun.
Lipstick type gal.
I know.
I'm thinking red.
She's
a red would look good.
Maybe some booties would be fun. I don't know what it needed, but it was great.
It was an 8, not great.
It was a week 8.
So we see Victoria kind of annoyed after the ceremony, whatever, and she's like, fake ass people. And she's really annoyed about Austin in her speech, talking about character and whatever. And so, we got Vic kind of on a bit of a high horse here, being like, when I shoot, I don't miss. What do you think about how Vic is reacting to what Austin has said, and what are your overall thoughts of her secret HOH?
I think I'm really happy that she initially kept her feelings to herself, but I think opening them up to Bray was smart, because she's showing him that, hey, I'm going to vote to keep you. I'm just being honest with you about how I feel. And then like the whole like Tina and Tara came in, and the hug. The hug killed me. Tina was like, "You want a hug?" And Victoria's like, "What?" She's like, "Do you want a hug?" She's like, "Oh, a hug, yeah." Hi,
Yeah,
Tara. And
sure. Yeah, I'll take
immediately,
a hug. I'll take a hug.
immediately in there with the second hug. I thought I actually think it was a pretty successful week for Victoria. It's not what I wanted to see her do, but I think it was good for her game
Well, I know
initially.
you're always team ladies, so is it you just want her to put up Jed and Ty?
Not even necessarily that. I don't know. I don't know what I wanted her to do. And I think I wanted her to put up one of the boys with Beth. I think that would have been smarter. And like, even if um, Jed won the veto and took off Ty, she could have scared him into saying, like, I'm probably like, Beth could have, or Victoria could have tried something to keep those noms the same instead of like what she did with Roe. And I think that was really smart what she did with Roe. She made him second guess everyone else in the house and how they would feel if he used the veto, which was so bad. He was so dumb
Uh,
not to use it.
well, Rohan even says that his two closest allies are up on the block,
Yeah.
and he has won the golden power of veto. Now, we've played these types of games together,
Yes.
and anytime I've been in trouble and you won the veto, you took me off the block.
Getting off that block.
Get off of there. It's
Yeah,
not happening.
any of my close allies, if I don't think that another one is going to be going up in their place, then yeah, it's common sense to take somebody off.
I mean, I get it that you're worried about the backlash of the house.
Who cares?
But it's kind of like, don't you want to keep your solid numbers together and then deal with what happens, the repercussions as they happen? In this particular house, people are not really thinking that far in advance. So he shouldn't either. He should be like, hey man, I really want Austin to be here next week for sure. I think that she's a loyal soldier in my army. Like, let's see who the secret HOH puts up next, and then let's work on getting Brayden off the block. Like I would have probably pitched that to Rohan in a way that'd be like, listen, like if you allow them to take me out, you're losing a number for sure. Like we only have a shot here of all staying together. We got to take it if we can. So I do feel as though he made a mistake. A lot of people say that he didn't make mistakes because like,
he did.
Tara would have gone up and then she would have lost his trust from Tara and Tina and whatever. But it's kind of like,
who cares?
But if they need you as a number, they will forgive you quite quickly.
Yeah. And if not, you're still in the same position that you were in last week with one less person that you really trust. It infuriated me that he didn't use it. I thought it was really piss poor gameplay and set himself up to probably get nominated this week. Maybe not actually.
Well, maybe I don't know what. Well, yeah, we're gonna get to that, Natalie. I see your question over there, and I want to talk about that a lot. I want to speculate on what's going to go down. So one thing though, I did feel a little bit for Rohan. So Rohan's a Pisces. Pisces are generally very emotional people, and that is how they operate. They don't necessarily want people to see their emotion because it's like their emotions are hidden, but they are generally they're a water sign. They do have a lot of emotional feelings going on within them. So when Rohan, he was like a Pisces, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play like a villain." I was like, "How's that gonna work? Like you're a Pisces, you're gonna be emotional." And then he specifically has been saying things like, "Oh, I'm not gonna play with any emotion," and how he's been interacting with people and pitching his side. Yes, it's been very factual, but he hasn't been allowing that emotion to come in to maybe influence some of these people in, you know, what strategy he wants to have follow through. So I enjoyed the fact that he's realizing that he needs to allow his emotions to be part of his game. Yeah. And so I felt bad for him that he broke down a little bit, but I think it will be good for him moving forward to allow himself to be more of an emotional player and not put on this mask of like, I'm a villain, I don't have any emotions. Like, I think that the heart of him is going to be better for him moving forward. What do you think about that moment with them in the backyard and the group hug with Tina and Tara?
I love a good breakdown. I don't necessarily think it makes someone a villain not to play emotionalist, but I think it makes you a better player to recognize emotions and to play within them. He doesn't have to act on his own, but to see it how everyone else is feeling in general, that's a really important way to play the game. So I really hope he does take what the house is thinking into consideration, but then also saying, like, how do I feel about this? Who do I genuinely trust? Who do I genuinely want to see do well? Especially when you're at the halfway point, you're not playing for final 2 at final 10. You're not. You're playing to
No.
get on the next round, or to maybe get 2 targets in place for the next 2 weeks. You want people that you can either beat at the end, or that you would be proud to see win at the end.
Yes.
So I think it's a really good time to pick and choose. Austin was a perfect opportunity for him to, like, say this one's for Kyle, and to, like, and Tarantina, like, sure, maybe Tara would be really pissed because she would end up on the block, but at the same time she would say, okay, at least he's being loyal to the oddballs in general by taking one of them down. I don't think it played well. I don't think it was great for his game that he didn't use it. It didn't hurt his game, obviously, because no one's mad at him and Victoria got her way. So I don't know. Just as a viewer, really disappointed me.
It did disappoint me, but I think that with his emotional reaction, I do feel that there's a little bit of remorse there. And I hope that he looks at it being like, oh my God, I'm so upset by making this decision. Hopefully he won't make decisions like that anymore, because I think that he was so upset was because he didn't allow his emotions to dictate what he should do. What if he did, he would have probably kept to Austin. And I think he would have been in a better situation. Do you think who do you think Victoria would have actually put up?
I think she would have put up Beth.
That would have been better for him, to be honest, if she did that.
But he's working with Beth right now, and I'm wondering, like, how close that actually is, because we'll talk about it later. But
yeah. So Brayden goes to find Victoria. He wants to have a little talk, and she kind of mentions how Austin has really pissed her off. And I think for what I'm seeing is that Victoria really, really just wants to create a reason why she's getting Austin out. Like, I don't think she really has a good reason why Austin is such a big target for her. And so I think that she's like fictitious, making up some fictitious story as to why Austin is so bad. Like, Austin really hasn't done anything that bad. Austin doesn't know that you're the secret HOH. Austin wasn't targeting you when she's making those comments. Like, so yeah. I don't know why Victoria is playing so offended. Sorry.
I think it's because Austin and Bray really threw her under the bus after her first set of household. Okay. And she probably, I think she does play. I'm wondering if she wants to project that she's playing really emotionally to people, and that she's
I think she is. I don't think that's calculated.
But I'm saying, like, I think she actually is trying to show that to people as well, that she's playing emotionally. I don't think it's necessarily just emotions, because Austin is someone that could do well in a final 2 situation, or can win things, does have a relationship with Bray, is a good gamer from the outside. I think watching her on the live feeds, Austin can be a bit boring at times, and I love her. I think she's great, but I think her gameplay can be a bit boring. So I think people are kind of hyping Austin up more in the house than what is actually happening in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Victoria, in my opinion, plays very emotionally. She's being left out. She wants to be the center of attention. Yeah. She wants to have the admiration of the fans. Like, I think that she really likes to get the gratification from other people to kind of raise her self-esteem or whatnot. And so I do think it really cut her pretty deep when it seemed as though they shunned her after, like, they were just working together. Yeah. But I just don't think it's that great gameplay to just keep that in your back pocket for later on, because I don't think that they were going to target you, even if they didn't talk to you as much as you would have liked them to, or you didn't campaign to you when you wanted them to, even though you're these secret HOH. Like, they're not really that big of campaigny people. And I'm sure that they both just assumed that they had your vote. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
But was she also trying to pin it? I really felt like she was trying to pin it on either Ro or Ty this week as the head of household.
No, it's Beth. She was trying to pin it on Beth.
I think it changed to Beth, but at that, like, initially with her nominations, she was really trying to push that it was Ty, that it was Ro that was the head of household. And then later on, when campaigning began after the veto, she was very much like, it's Beth. It has to be Beth. I'm convinced it's Beth.
I mean, it would never be Ro. It would never ever be Ro.
Not after the nominations, no.
Never. So I mean, I know that you're not really for them, and Jonathan is not for the throuple and Kiefer, but I like the throuple and Kiefer. I'm into them. It could be because they are not really playing that great of a game, but they keep on stumbling into a pretty good spot. And
yeah.
It's kind of like they're just like bumbling. I don't know if they're idiots, but bumbling people just like, oh, hey, and just let's go celebrate in the Expedia room. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, I like them.
I mean, I don't hate them. I think I don't know who I want to see. I want one of them to go.
No.
I don't care which of the four it is, just one of them.
I think I would want, if one of them were to go, I'd want maybe
Kiefer?
Beth. No, I like Kiefer. He like I like Kiefer when he's giggling with Vic. I actually last week I was thinking, or a couple days ago, I don't know, but I kind of would really like a Kiefer Victoria final two. Like I was like that. I would really enjoy that. I think
I would love to see them work together a little bit more closely.
That's what I mean.
I do think that they are pretty well synced up, though. So I do hope that gets stronger.
So I would like to see them navigate together. If they could get to the final two, I'd be pretty impressed and pretty happy with that. Because like I don't think that either of them are that great game players, but if they could do that together and get to the end, like I'll eat my words there. I think you're trying to think of the Three Stooges. BB. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I was. So Austin goes and talks to Vic, and like she really has no idea, it seems, that Victoria is the secret HOH here, and she's kind of apologizing for what she said, that she wasn't really trying to come at her, and like Victoria was doing a decent job with accepting the apology and, you know, and saying like, I got you, girl. Yeah, it's such a savage move. And I was just thinking about Austin. I'm like, Austin, you don't know definitively who the secret HOH is. I wish she was just being a little bit more neutral with how she feels about what they are doing. So, like, I think it would have been better to be really nice to everybody and, like, try to get the sympathy from everybody instead of bashing the secret HOH to anybody. Other than Brayden, like, don't be bashing this.
100%.
Yeah, be like
best behavior.
Absolutely.
Be pissed in private. Be pissed in private.
Exactly. And so I thought that was a really bad move because it just is giving Vic more fuel to like want her out. Snippity snip. I just can't believe she doesn't know that Vic is the head of household though, because Vic, in my opinion, is being so obvious.
I think the last yesterday, the feeds have been a effing nightmare this week. Down often, but Austin kind of put it together that Vic was the head of household. Like, was it earlier today or last night? Whenever I was watching last. So she kind of had a feeling.
Of the feeds, why didn't they never show the roast?
And we get spaghetti instead?
Yeah, I want a roast. We need pot roast.
Maybe they want to, I don't know. Maybe they'll save it for
scenes you've never seen, like
or looking back at your time in the house. Yeah,
final three. Yeah, I guess at that dinner. Yeah, maybe they're using it for like the nominations, best speech, best. So yes, they do ask Beth to go to the diary room. So she has kind of a secret task here to get all the halves to create a huge mess in the kitchen. And so she decides to have a spaghetti lunch or dinner, and within that it becomes a food fight. And I know that it was a task, but I was still gasping every time, like the tomatoes, and then like things on the floor.
I wanted it to be worse. I wanted way worse. I wanted like between the counter and the oven, just a full bottle. Just like dumping it, like
slide it underneath the fridge.
Glass. Yeah, broken glass everywhere.
Oh no, broken glass is dangerous, Jojo.
Yes.
But like, I was just so like just gasping. It was so traumatic seeing like this is all white counters and stuff, and just seeing this red tomato sauce. I was thinking about how annoyed I would be if I had actually done that, like at home by myself. Like, like something you drop a juice thing and it's like all over the floor, and you're like, now I really have to clean that up. It's so annoying. So I was just like,
have you ever been part of a food fight?
I don't think so.
I have.
Tell me more. It
was my 23rd birthday, and I asked both my roommates, Stephanie and Leah, hi girls if you're watching, I just wanted McCain cakes. I was obsessed with McCain cakes. So they bought 8, and in the morning I was in bed in my underwear and they came in and shoved it in my face. And then I was like, oh my, and I like slid, and then I gave it to both of them, and like we were covered, and then we got 6 other cakes and just wrecked our place. Just destroyed it. It was incredible.
I feel like I've had... Say it again?
I'll send you photos of it later. It was...
I want to see that for sure.
And then we all showered together.
Ooh. I feel like I've had cake in the face, kind of like kind of thing before.
Like, in my butt. Like, it was everywhere. We were disgusted.
I think I feel like maybe I have. Well, I used to go to the Mad Hatter for birthday parties. And so, you're not from Toronto. So it's kind of like a fun gaming thing where like, I don't know, I remember like going around with people in shopping carts. And then I think that there's food fights at the Mad Hatter. It was like a birthday center thing where you just got to be like, do messy, wild and crazy things.
That's cute.
Yeah, so maybe I have, but this is like so long ago, I really don't remember, but
your memory is going.
Oh, my memory is going. Vic was super angry about this food fight. Her and Keith will go to pout about it, about the fact that they don't even want to help them clean it up. But then she really
crying.
Too bad. She was like, got really up and close and personal because she loves wafting food when she's on slop, it seems. She needs it in. Do you think she should be allowed to eat it off the floor?
No. Nope. Otherwise, I'd be eating from the garbage. Like,
but then she slop for garbage? I don't know. I think I'd eat off the floor.
Oh, I would eat off the floor, but I don't think they should be allowed to. No, I love the punishments. I do.
It's true. I do love the punishments. So this is where we hear that with the audacity that the have-nots have to clean up the mess of the haves. So mean. The audacity.
The audacity of it. I laughed audibly.
They don't correct her in the diary room. Nope. Like, in some other shows, they correct them, or at least like
Drag Race. Drag Race is one. They'll be like, "Oh, you are stupid," and then the queen's like, "I'm gay. I can talk how I want." Whatever.
So maybe they just love her saying like audacity instead of audacity. But after though, they realized that it's all a prank on all of them. They didn't really say that it was an April Fool's prank, which I wish that they had maybe said that, but I guess it was filmed before April 1st, so it doesn't really make sense. But so the have-nots are actually going to get a dinner, a fancy Italian dinner, and they're going to be served by the haves. And I saw them having some red wine and everything. I was like,
calamari.
Little calamari, some pasta, garlic bread, probably.
Oh, garlic, Parmesan cheese.
Garlic bread, cheese, exactly. And so they were okay with it in the end. Austin was pretty upset when she had the pasta sauce in her hair. Oh yeah, so Austin and Brayden, they both keep on saying that it's such a dirty, dirty, dirty move that like the head of household put them on slop and they nominated them. Like, what do you think about that as a dirty, dirty, dirty move?
I would 100% do the same thing.
JoJo's a dirty player.
I would absolutely put my nominees on slop. And if you're one of the two other people on slop, you're probably a replacement nominee. So if you win that veto, don't use it or the other person's going up.
You're so suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, you have to. When it's early on, you can be like, any volunteers? Great. Anyone like allies, you want to do it because it's so early on? Sure. But at this point, it's like, nope. When you do anything to anybody, there's a reason for them to come for you.
Yep. That's true.
So,
unless you like let them know, like, hey, I'm just gonna put you up. So like outside and it's raining and Jed comes outside. And
why was he outside when it was raining?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the smell of rain it does smell good. And getting outside, like being in that house all the time, like
yeah.
I'd probably want to go outside and in the rain. It's just like a different sensation and feeling and sounds.
Yes.
And so Jed comes out and he's like, well, yeah, Ty was calling you. And he's like, why is Ty calling me? And so I didn't really understand where they were taking me here. And so they go back into the kitchen and Kiefer does. And he's like, Ty, like, were you calling me? He's like, no. Ooh. And he's like, oh, like Jed said that you were calling me. And he's like, oh, they probably just want to kiss in the rain. Like, were they talking about this? Like, why would he automatically be like, oh yeah, they want to go kiss in the rain?
It's very romantic. I like it personally.
I don't know if I've ever kissed anybody in the rain. Maybe I have.
I can think of two. I can think of two really romantic times in the rain.
Well, they do
once of
kiss in the rain. So we do see Beth and Jed outside and kissing in the rain.
I kind of like. I thought it was kind of cute. I watched it on the feed. So this is old news.
Was it a little bit longer? Because it seemed as though he was like kind of shy about the kiss a bit.
Oh, you know what? I saw it like on Twitter. I didn't actually see it live. So I don't remember it being, the truth has come out. I don't remember how long it was, but I thought it was a really short clip and it was very like, are we trying to make like a notebook thing happen? Or I would have liked some music, a score underneath would have been nice.
Yeah, they usually like to layer in some music. I wonder why they didn't do like
it's happening. But really, like, they're screwing upstairs and they're not showing that, so.
Are they actually screwing?
Oh, there's been some like hanky-panky this week.
I mean, I know that I've heard that she has compared their package sizes.
Yes.
Oh my Beth.
oh my God! I have to send you something after this.
Oh dear. When JoJo has something to send me, it's usually NSFW.
Quick! Who do I send it directly? DM Twitter. There you go.
It's actually really true. And so Victoria mentions again that she just doesn't want to be left out, and she's talking with Tina and Tara, and it's just saying that it's better for them. Well, wait, better for us or better for Beth? Oh, because Beth was saying that she wants Austin out. And so T and T are like, well, if Beth wants Austin out, like, do we want to do what Beth wants to do here? And so what do you think? Do you think that I know that you want Austin to say, but do you think it would have been better for them to try to keep Austin this week?
I don't think Bray is going to be in any danger for a while. So if he was sitting up there, I'd be really tempted to want to take him out.
Hello, Dolores.
Hi,
You're part of our couple, aren't you? So wait, am I Beth or am I Ty or am I Jed?
Oh yeah, who's who? I'll be. Who do I be?
I think I'm Ty.
Oh, I just wanted to be Ty. I'll be Beth.
Oh my God. And Dolores, you're Jed.
Ooh.
Jojo, what did you do to your hair? I love it. Tell
Oh
her.
my
your
God, thank you. Well, I just let it
Haven't
grow.
got it dyed in 3 months.
Oh, I think longer than that. I haven't had it colored since, I don't know, the summertime, I think. So it's all grown out. It's just my natural, wearing it naturally curly.
Well, it makes your eyes pop.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so
Just
blue.
saying.
I mean, ugh.
Can I just say, Austin is so stunning.
She's very, very
That
beautiful.
face, I cannot like. I just like would follow her cheek and then down to her jaw and then like look and then her lips. I was just and then her little nose.
Maybe you should do a fan drawing, some fan art for her.
Oh, maybe
That'd be nice.
I'll think about that tonight when she's laying in bed going, "Fuck." I'll be laying in bed going, "Oh, you're so beautiful, Austin. I'm sending
She
this to
really
you."
is really a stunner. I was saying yesterday, I think was it yesterday or Monday? This week, that I really think that when she comes back, like if she gets asked to come back to play All Stars, which I think she would. So say All Stars is in like 2 or 3 years, and she was asked to come back and play. I think that she would definitely learn some strategy, see where she went wrong, have a little bit more maturity on her side, and be a little bit more of a powerful player. I think that she was a little bit intimidated and timid, and wasn't making any moves, didn't want to make any waves, and didn't really know how to get herself out of this mess that she was in. And I think that a lot of that was just like life experience. Like she should really be able to tell from a long time that it was Victoria that was the HOH. But that's just because she's probably never dealt with anybody like Victoria in her lifetime that was lying to her face. Like she just doesn't have enough life experience to detect that, like, okay, she's lying for sure. Like, let's pivot because she's targeting us. Let's figure out something else. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that she could do really big damage if she were to come back for sure. So Tara's talking, I think Tara and Tina probably, we're talking to Brayden about, he's kind of coming to pitching to them. Finally, Austin and Brayden are deciding to start campaigning themselves to the game. And Tara says, my concern with you is that Beth says that she has you, that she has Brayden. And Brayden, I thought, made a good argument. I'm like, well, it's a really good thing for her to be thinking that. I think that's good for us, regardless of whether it's true or not, which I think it is. Like, that is a smart thing for him to say. I think it's of value. And when she asked him who you're going to put up, he's like, I'm going to put up the boys. What do you think about his little pitch strategy there?
Yeah, I think that was the perfect thing for him to say. And after hearing that, if I was Tina or Tara, I'd be 100% on board with keeping him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I also think that if they went to Austin, I think she could say the same thing.
But did she? She didn't. And that's the thing, is there's a lot of things that these people could be saying.
There was so much more of a flip this week on the limited feeds than that was shown yet again. Well, for a minute, Austin was staying.
Well, I think it's because they want to portray Victoria as some sort of mastermind, and she's getting her way, and that like it's just like a flawless head of household secret. Like they're not really showing any holes in her head of household. So that's production for you. They want to tell a certain story, just have a certain narrative, and it's not the truth.
So it's not so
at all. Okay, so what I want to bring up that you said that you haven't seen or heard about was that there was some canoodling between Ty and Brayden.
I know.
Well, you said you didn't know.
I did?
Yeah, when I said like the neck kissing.
Oh, the neck kissing for that. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
So there's some neck kissing and and apparently I think it was about a 24% is what the number I believe that Austin was giving it. I can't remember. And so that's 24. I guess 100% is all the way. So 24%. What would that mean? Like maybe like a kiss on the lips, and then maybe a couple kisses on the neck, and maybe like hands on the body. Like what's 24%?
Yeah, 20. Well, halfway be third base, or is that like 75%? Yeah, is that like
I think
Is
so.
it 75%?
I don't
I feel
know.
like penetration is
95%.
if penetration is 100%, I feel like oral should be at like 60, 50 and 60.
Yeah.
So maybe some grinding or some dry humping is 24%.
Dry hump. I feel like dry hump would be in like the 35% range.
Ooh. God, let's hope they get to 35% tonight.
Like 24%, I don't know if boners
like
are being felt.
What?
If boners are being felt.
Boner. Yeah, 24%. Maybe like up against that you can like feel it on your thigh. Like, oh, it's there.
Okay.
It's awake.
Well, because I think what I'm picturing is them they're kind of cuddling like spooning. And so I think that, wait, Dolores is so cute. Just roughly figure 1/4. What's 1/4? A little kissing and hand action. But like hand on skin to skin? I don't know. I don't think it's skin to skin. I think that's like, not be confused with necking. No. Oh, and yes, why do we look so good tonight? Because we're just very happy people. Thank you. Thank you kindly. So yeah, I think it's maybe side of the mouth kisses. I don't think that they did like a full like kissity kiss, like make out kiss, but like maybe like just like and then like neck. Maybe some hand up shirt like grinding ish. Not a full hump, but like a
I guess. I don't know. That 24% is weak. Like, I would have tried to accelerate it a little bit. Like, okay, just going back there.
Now, I didn't see it myself, but I saw in an update that it was a bit strategic and that Ty was having a little chuckle about it after.
I mean, I think people will be upset by that. I'm not that upset by it, to be honest.
Use what you got.
Yeah, I would be passing out hand jobs if I any day if I could.
It's JoJo's HOH. Like, give me a blowjob, and you give me a blowjob, and you give me a blowjob, and everybody.
Everything. But I don't think it's like the worst. Like, didn't people give Kevin Martin a really hard time with him and William?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like good for him for being willing in front of Canada to like open up your sexuality a little bit.
I'm waiting for Howard Stern to appear in the third box. LOL. Wait, I don't understand. Like to pop up and compete with us because we're all curly hair. Why? Because he's so vulgar and raunchy. I used to love Howard Stern. I listened to him every morning on the way to school.
Like, I love Robin.
You're Robin? I guess I'm Howard.
I was like, hey Howard, hey Robin.
I would love to be on a podcast with Howard Stern.
Ooh, he would love you.
That's like you made it.
Yeah, actually though. Like asked really awkward and inappropriate questions, please.
That would be amazing. Wait, I heard that, but if Ty did that, he was a little horn dog. I mean, that's the thing too, is that like there's going to be a little bit of truth in that. Like, you're not just going, I don't think that you're just going to start making out, especially if you consider yourself to be a heterosexual male with some guy, like purely for gain. Like, there must be a little bit of attraction there. And, you know, he may be joking about this because maybe he's uncomfortable with how far things went and he wants to just kind of brush it off because he's not embarrassed, but like, you know, unsettled by what had happened maybe. So I'm going to give him a little bit of compassion here. I wish that he didn't kind of laugh at addicts. I don't want Braden to be the butt of the joke here. Just because, you know, he does, I think, like Ty, but he let something happen.
Yes.
He wanted a little bit of it, you know?
A little something, whatever.
Okay, if you could get Howard Stern here, BB, like he can come on any day that he wants. Any day. Any day.
Hey Howard. Hey Howie.
Hey Howard. So Austin pitches to Beth. Also good pitch.
Yeah.
Like she definitely needs Beth's vote here in order to stay. And I just wondered why? Like, this pitch that she did was a pitch she should have started day one. Like, all these they should have all been laying down the groundwork so that when the time comes, you could be like, let's work together, because you've been working and nurturing and massaging these relationships so that it's not coming out of the blue. You're ready to say something.
I know. I just think that it was a great pitch by Austin, but Beth was right in her final words to Austin that it was a little too late. And I actually think Beth is sitting really pretty in general. Yes, she's like, every other day someone will say like, I want Beth out, but I actually don't think they believe that. I think a lot of people say shit throughout the week, but they don't actually own up to it once power's in their hands. So
it's true.
We'll see.
Isn't that what Zach did BB16? I did hear that Zach and Frankie did more than was ever shown or ever talked about in the BB16 house. Whatever, cool. Like, people are horny and good looking and young in a house without any other people. Yeah. I get it. Make out. Who cares? But after the fact, though, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been some homoerotic bump massages between Zach and Jose. I haven't seen what goes on the OnlyFans version of it, but on the Instagram feed, it's still got, or was it Twitter? It might have been like, Twitter, but like, it's pretty, they're like naked and like massaging each other. So they, Jonathan is here. Jonathan.
Sorry, Jonathan. Not going to happen this week.
Jonathan, I don't hate her. I don't know why you don't like her so much. Frankie was in that shack Boogie used to go into. Oh, the Jack Shack? What Jack? Jack Shack?
Didn't Howie start that? The Jack
Shack? Howie started the Jack Shack, but like, I don't know. Isn't that just making a tent with your blanket? I don't know what the Jack Shack is, or I don't remember.
It was the outdoor furniture that they had to put away. You could like crawl in it like a coffin and close it, and then like go for it. Why this face?
I don't know if it was the Shack though. Did Boogie used to do that too? I'm not a big fan of Boogie, so I don't.
Fuck him.
He did out, and I found him to be very unattractive as aesthetically.
As a human, yes.
No. But yeah, so maybe I'll find it for you and I'll send it to you, BB, and you can see the homoerotic sexy time with Zach and Jose. I do wish though that Austin started playing week one, because I think that she could have gotten out of this situation that she was in here. She has decent reads and good. Yeah. She's saying the right things. It's just she needed to have been putting this work way long ago. And I wonder if it's because of the team twist made people be lazy. They didn't have to worry about going up on the block, so they didn't have to worry about building these relationships that come into play when there's no teams that are going to keep you safe. So team twist, I think, again, sabotage some of our favorite players because they weren't able to, make those foundations that we really want them to. Okay, this is a good question. So BB wants to know, is Beth playing dumb and playing the boys to get to the end? Could she be a secret genius? I'm going to say no. You're going to say yes?
I don't think she's playing dumb, but I definitely think she's playing the boys. And I think the only successful way to play with shields is for your shield to be evicted. And that's what gets you to the end. So I think if she gets there to the end and the boys are evicted, brilliant. Good job, Beth. You did it.
I don't think she's playing dumb. I think that she knows where she sits with the boys. At least a lot of people have been telling her that. So if she didn't know it before or think about it before, like, she's definitely thinking about it now. I don't think that she is going to be the one that takes a shot at them. I think that she would rather ride to the end and be the final three with them than take them out any earlier than that. But I could see her benefiting from other people taking out the boys and her being like, I'm between a rock and a hard place. I can't do anything here. you know what I mean? I think she could let them go, but I don't think that she's actively going to target them. And I think that she knows, though, that most likely the boys are going to take each other and she'd be third. But maybe Jed now, though, that they're been a little bit more romantically involved, maybe Jed would take her to the final two. So I actually think it's kind of good for her now to stick with them because they're going to be a big target. And I don't think that she can separate herself from them right now. I think it's too late.
God, no.
Too late. Natalie doesn't like Boogie. Also, he is disgusting. I know. I mean, he has that restraining order right now that Dr. Will has against him. Did you hear about him threatening his family?
Yes.
And like,
I also have a restraining order against Boogie. I don't want him anywhere near me.
No.
Yikes.
No, he's a mess. And
Disaster.
watching some of his like OnlyFans videos at the beginning of quarantine when All Stars was on, like he was just being really bizarre. He must have been on some sort of drugs of some sort because he was being very weird. And yeah, it made me uncomfortable. Dolores, I agree. I was never a Boogie fan. I never saw whatever anybody saw in him. Yeah, I mean, I only kind of liked him because I love Dr. Will so much. And so, like, I was like, oh, if Dr. Will loves him, I love him too. But, like, I was so mad that, like, that, what's his name? That Dr. Will went out fourth. I mean, it was fine that he went out fourth, but that he set up, like, Boogie to not want to take Janelle to the end. You know what I mean? Like, I just, I was so mad there. I really wanted Boogie or Janelle in final two. I did.
I wanted a Janelle Erica final two so bad.
I mean, I know I'm a fan of Erica. Oh my God. Speaking of Erica, though, she did alter her face and she doesn't even look like the same person anymore. It's very interesting. I mean, she looks beautiful, but she has done some work of some sort. And I just was kind of like, I can't. You sound the same and you know what's going on in the game, but like you look like a different person. So it's just really weird seeing her before and after. She looks gorgeous, but different.
Weird.
Different. I know Dr. Will had charisma. Boogie had none. Yeah, Dr. Will. I was so in love with Dr. Will. Like he made me a fan of Big Brother. I watched the first season. Fine. I was like, what is this? Okay, I'll watch it. And then season 2 came and Dr. Will, and I was just like heart eyes. And so I would go, I would get my brother to help me. And remember ICQ? So
yes, of course,
in different chat rooms to find like a key, not an actual key, but like a computer key to enter a code to be able to get the live feeds. And I would stream the live feeds from my computer to my TV. And this is like in like 2001. Like I was doing this. It's like, so I had the live feed since season 2 because of Dr. Will. I just wanted to see everything he was doing. I need to know everything. Everything. And then I was obsessed, obviously, with Janelle being my queen and them two on season 7 together was like, oh.
Gimme, dream couple, power duo.
I just was like, okay, well, Janelle, you could have him. If I can't have him, it might as well be you.
Passing me with crown. You
probably with Aaron, and they're probably, and he's really rich too. She is. I mean, did you hear what he said about Bailey and Swaggy?
Don't want to know.
Wait, who? Boogie? Probably. I feel like maybe I have heard, but please tell me, Natalie. Ugh. I'm team Bailey and Swaggy. I didn't love them before, but now like I like them. I like seeing them together, and I think that he treats her really kindly and nicely, and I like seeing
Bailey is one of my favorite moments from Big Brother. Just like her mouth bleeding,
screaming at Tyler. JoJo. That's why
a little bit of sarcasm. A little bit of sarcasm. I'm like,
a lot of sarcasm. No, that's what I didn't like, seeing her unhinged like that. And so she does have some episodes like that, but seeing them together on the challenge, I saw how much he really was her soundboard and was like, no, you can't go off on them like this. Like, and he was really a caring partner. And I really liked seeing that dynamic that he's really good for her. So that started making me see a little bit more of the insights into their relationship. And so it just made me like them a lot more. So
that's cute.
But tell me the tea, Natalie.
I'm also at 10%, so I'm debating if I should turn on the car, plug in my phone to charge.
What
But you
percentage
might
are you
lose.
at?
I'm at 10%.
10
And
at 5%. We'll see what happens. Is that okay?
I can't see it from here. Oh, I see a little green at the end. Okay.
We're almost done. We're almost done. Wait.
I'm terrified. Good. I'm scared.
But yeah, when it goes to like super low, then yeah, of course.
I die.
Okay, so do you think though that Beth should turn on the boys before getting to the final three?
I think one of them has to go. Yeah.
No, do you think she should turn on the boys?
If she's head of
Like,
household at a
her
final,
right now in that like beforehand, she was at the swing boat, and like, do you think that it would have been good for her to turn? Yeah, you think?
I don't think she should have turned on them this week at all. I think it was smart for her to take out Austin. But if it's final 6, yeah, one of them should go. I don't think she should go with as a trio because that gets messy at 5. Could be a disaster at 4 because the boys are going to take care of each other. If the 4th person wins head of household, you have to win that veto or you're fucked, Beth. So I think she needs to go with one of them to close enough to the end and then decide who she can beat at the end.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I mean, I don't want her to turn on the boys, but I don't think the boys have her best interests in their minds. So
I think 3rd, yes. I think she is their 2nd to each of them.
And Slash, I don't even know if they're thinking that far ahead.
Yeah, you shouldn't be at this point. I don't think anyway.
Ooh, Dolores thinks that if Beth cuts one of the boys, it's a great resume builder. It will be, but
Later.
People might not like the disloyalty. You know what I mean? Like, it's really going to depend. It's going to be perfect timing. It's going to be how it's all set up. Because if she does it and it doesn't do it well, people could be like, "Oh, I hate how disloyal to you. They were championing for you this whole time, and then you just cut them." Like, they might be mad. So
later on, final 6, perfect time to do it.
Yeah, you can do final 6. I'll let that happen. I'll let it happen.
Yeah, cut him.
So
cut him, Beth.
Brady and Austin make some more speeches. Austin's saying like the dart needs to come to light. She just keeps on offending Victoria. Just
dig in.
Just basically saying how horrible of a person she is. And so Austin, I really just felt like she really should have been just building these bonds from so early on, but she really dropped the ball big time. I did get a little bit teary-eyed for her speech about Brayden. I love a good friendship that happens within the game. It is a social experiment, so it's really nice to see when two spirits align and they become, lifelong friends. Like I could see them being kind of like Janelle and Bo now, how they're such good friends. So, I mean, they never had the starting off as enemies, but like the fact that they met in the house and they're just lifelong best friends, I do see that for them. And so that's a nice little love story, and I'm happy that went down. So
I'm looking forward to seeing their tributes tonight on Twitter.
Aww.
I'm sure there'll be some Bray Austin tributes, and I think that's sweet. I think they got along well and they were adorable. So
it's because they're Taurus and Cancer. They get along so well. My brother and my mother, they just get along so well. So annoying. But it was a unanimous vote. She didn't even get a sympathy vote from anybody. And Austin is the one to leave this week. It was pretty sad, but what did you think about her interview with Arissa?
Nothing shocking. I think she knows that she could have fought harder, and Arissa kind of called her out on it, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it also felt like a little bit of fluff. Like Austin was like, I got fired up. I'm like, you weren't really that fired up. I feel like if you were fired up, you would have been counting votes and like actively campaigning to stay. And I don't know if either of them really felt comfortable enough to actively campaign to stay in the game. And if you're going to play like that, it is what it is. I'm not going to feel bad for you. I feel bad that she's out of the game, but I'm not going to feel bad as a player if you're leaving. If you're not offering
we keep on saying it. She could have done a ton more. Arista even calls her out on the fact that Rohan didn't use the POV on her, and she's like, yeah, she's JoJo and his technology is even worse than my internet that keeps on going out. Janelle and Kaser, do you think it's more them, Dolores? I feel though, because like Bo parties, I feel like Brayden is more like a fun partier than Kaser is in that regard. But they are still besties as well. I can get behind that, but I feel like it's more Bo when I see how they interact together now. They go on vacation, they go to New York together, they go to a party together, they lived in Miami together. So I don't see Janelle doing that with Kaser or so yeah, I think Bo is a better bestie. But I mean, I love Janelle and Kaser being really good friends as well. But they're kind of more big brother only friends and maybe talking on Instagram live together kind of friends, but not going and vacationing and partying and doing that kind of thing all together. So unanimous vote, she's gone. She kind of seemed like she knew that she was going. She only hugged Beth, Ro, and Victoria, and there might have been somebody else that she hugged, but I couldn't really tell if it was just a cut or if she hugged like Tara or something. Dolores or Natalie in the chat, do you think that she should have been that bitter going out? Because it was still a unanimous vote. And what about how Victoria was the secret HOH and she still gave her a hug? What was that all about? That's my question. Bo, I see it too. She socialized with him more. Absolutely. Like they literally are inseparable. Now, I mean, obviously she's married now and has 3 kids. But before that, when they were still like riding off the high of the show, they were like traveling and partying all over. I know, right? I really didn't expect her to be hugging Victoria. Especially because JoJo was saying that she found out maybe earlier on today that Victoria was a secret HOH. So I would not have been hugging Victoria. If she's going to be hugging people, Victoria is definitely not going to be a person that I was going to be hugging there. And so she sees then all the exit messages. So she does have Rohan say something. Beth kind of tells her that it was a little bit too late and that she's been working with the Sunsetters since day 2. We see that Brayden's talking about how Austin is a superstar, that he was going to get revenge. So I would like to see a revenge plot here with Brayden trying to avenge his girl Austin's eviction. And then Victoria with that lip gloss remark talking about you guys didn't talk to me, you didn't campaign to me, I'm the secret HOH and you didn't even keep me included. And then she's like doing the lipstick thing. I was like, I thought it was a little bit too much and too much of like a sticking the knife in and twisting it. I thought it would be enough to be like, I'm sorry, girl. Like I was the secret HOH. I felt that, but she wasn't good TV. So, she's doing what she was cast to do, is make good TV. So fine. So Victoria was classless in her goodbye. Exactly. I just felt that it was a little bit mean-spirited. There's no need to be nasty. She could have told her in a nicer way, not like that. Exactly. I totally agree with you, Dolores, but I think it's just because that's what the main audience wants to see, the messiness of Victoria, the, ruthlessness of Victoria. And so she's playing into what she was cast for. So I was almost seeing a HOH Bray. Yes, me too. So you could tell that Austin was pretty upset by Victoria's exit in speeches. And so that was over. Get to the next section. We're going to see the head of household competition. It was an A-B competition. So throughout the I don't know if it was one particular night, I guess so. They were seeing different calendars, house guests in calendars. And so they'd be waking up at like 11 and 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. and just different times in the evening. And they had to go down to the living room and they'd see these large calendars that would show different details happening in different months. So I thought this was a pretty fun challenge for the house guests. They're kind of getting annoyed, obviously, because who wants to be woken up to go and study? But this is Big Brother. They do these types of competitions all the time. So I really liked it. I do wish that we could see zoomed in, like the different things. Like I didn't want to have to go pause it, go run up to the TV to take a look to see if I could solve it myself. I would like to be able to play along a little bit, but it was definitely a fun competition. And it was an A/B questions about true or false, or A or B facts about some of the images in these calendars. So the first two out were Victoria and Tara. BBan. It was sad seeing Austin studying the calendars. Yes, it was, BBan. Hi, Jojo. I don't hear it.
Can you hear me?
I don't even hear the car. I don't hear the car.
Thank God.
That's not bad, not bad. Just like open the window. I don't want like any carbon monoxide mishaps happening.
Okay, now we're safe.
Oh, the tribes and tribulations of Jojo and his phone. So we're just talking about the head of household competition. So how they had to stay up and study all night, getting the different calendars. I was saying that I really wish that we could see all the different details very well, because I just wanted to be like, oh, what is that? I could just see like a picture of somebody holding like a meatball, but I want to be able to study them a little bit as well. Like, why? Give us what we want, Big Brother.
Yeah. They have a real hard time giving us what we want.
The car is running, open up the garage door. No, absolutely. Well, he's in a parking garage. So I'm just saying, like, the window is going to have to suffice here. Yes, welcome back, sugar. Sugar. Oh. So, yes, I wish that we could play along. And it was really sad seeing Austin study, because I could see her doing really well, because she was always saying that she has really good memory. Really good memory. So the first two out of the competition, the A/B questions, was Victoria and Tara. I was happy about that because I didn't want to see another week of Victoria. I don't enjoy Tara, especially with hearing that she's been kind of laying some microaggressions down on my boy Ty, who I love. So bye, Tara. The next out is Tina, Kiefer, and Ty are out. So it's down to Brayden, Beth, or Ty. And so I was agreeing with Dolores here. Yeah. I was like, is that what's going to happen? Is Brayden going to be the new head of household? And then Brayden goes out. So it's just between Jed and Beth. Yeah. And it goes down to a tiebreaker. So the tiebreaker was, how many days did not have a certain activity out of all the calendar months? So my guess was 300. Did you guess what you thought we were going to say?
Oh my God, my guess was 155.
Oh, really? I was thinking how I determined it. I was like, okay, well, there was like maybe 3 per month, so I was like, okay, so subtract 36 from.
I was thinking there would be like 10 per month.
No, I didn't. I mean, I never really saw 10. I only really saw 2 or 3, I thought. So I was subtracting 36 from 365. And then I was like, let me just go a little bit lower. So I said 300. So Beth, though, says 323. Ty says 63. Did Ty let her have that one? Jed. Did Jed let her have that one? So he did have to do the dirty work?
I just think he did a bad job.
Well, what is he like? He's like doing like math, like he's like writing things out. Like 63 was never going to be the answer.
Was he trying to think of like how many days did have something written on them instead?
Even so, that would mean that there would have had to have been it would have been like 5 on each month.
Yeah, and I don't know what I was thinking with that. It was just a bad number.
So I was like, I think that he just wants Beth to do his dirty work so he doesn't have to like to get his hands dirty, and he can play in the next head of household. I think it's yeah, he's the smartest of the three of them, I think. Game-wise.
I don't know. We'll find out though. Hopefully he actually said something to someone. Like, I threw it. He should have thrown it to her. I would rather her be head of household than me at that point.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they went to the tiebreaker quickly is because they're running out of time on the show. I don't know if it wasn't live, but like maybe they only like, okay, close it up. Okay, we have 2 questions left. Like, nope, just go right to the tiebreaker right now. You did 5 questions. It's between these 2 people. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened. Just because they ran out of time. But I feel like they should have had 2 more questions though.
Yeah, I like 7.
Yeah, it seemed like it was 5. I'm guessing, but so yeah, I think that Jed is just bad at math or logic. LOL. I thought he was good at math, or he said that he's kind of smart. I don't know, but I thought he looked cute in his little glasses.
He did.
He's so cute. He is always cute. I think Ty is cuter, but he looked very cute in his little glasses.
Like
pardon? Ty's personality better?
Yeah.
Me too. I would flirt I'd flirt with both of them. I understand what you're going through, Beth. I would probably flirt with both of them big time. I also expected Jed to win that because he's been studying a lot. So yeah, I think that he knew he'd be safe with Beth. No doubt Beth is not putting him up. No doubt whatever he would want to have happened, Beth is going to be doing, most likely, unless she decides to take some of her game into her own hands. But I think that it's going to be like Tara and maybe Rohan up. Like, that's not bad for Jed's game. That's fine. And he can play next week, and which is going to be a good thing that he can play next week because it's going to be a double eviction. And so you really don't want to be the outgoing head of household that can't play in the first part of the double eviction. So if he made this as a decision, I think it was a very good decision. And it's also going to be jury next week. So jury is going to start with 2 people in the jury house. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was doing the math and I thought jury has to start soon.
Yeah, 5 for sure in, and then jury for sure. And then it's only yeah, I'm happy that jury's coming. I do want to see. It does seem now that the game is picking up, I guess, accelerating. We're at the halfway point. Let's get rid of some people, and let's see who's. I want to see if someone's going to emerge as a front runner. I want to see, like, you know, people starting to play now that they get a taste for the victory. You know, who do you think? So, who do you think that's going to put up? I said Tara and Rohan. What do you think?
Maybe Tina and Tara.
You think she'd go for Tina, even though she mentioned Tina as a part of the Sunsetters winner exit interview with Austin?
As soon as Beth won, I thought, who the hell is going this week? I think Victoria is in trouble. I think Ro is in trouble, and I think Tara's in trouble.
Tara should be.
I think even Kiefer should be a little nervous.
No, with all the celebrating that they do in the Expedia room, I don't think that Kiefer is in danger at all.
I don't know. Because I don't think Beth wants him around. I think Beth's target will be Tara.
It should be.
Yeah.
Like, Tara does not like her at all.
No, and Tara is a good person to take out for everyone else.
Yep. Because she's definitely coming for those boys. Hopefully she doesn't get convinced otherwise. Jury makes sense. There's 9 players left. Exactly, girl. Exactly. Or boy. I'm not sure if you're a girl or boy, or if it matters.
Whatever.
But not if it matters, if I need to distinguish. But yes, I do think that it's a good time for jury to start. I want to see this part of the game happen. So did each of you pick a winner at the beginning of the season? If not, who would you pick right now? I still don't know. So this is the thing with this season, is that nobody's playing very well. Like, they're all playing okay, and I like them all enough. So I can't even tell who I want to win. I didn't want Victoria to win, but I will eat my words. If her and Kiefer get to the final 2, I would think that she would deserve the win in that scenario. Right now, I really like Ty. I think that he's just so handsome. I haven't seen the whole thing, him laughing at the Jed situation, so I don't have a specific feeling about how I feel about that. I think right now I want Ty to win. I like him.
I like Ty. I'd be no, but I just don't want a man to win. I
No,
want
you don't.
Victoria. I hope Beth blows my mind. I would love Beth to break my mind. When we did our draft assessment, all 4 of my players are still in, so not too bad. Gotta say, Tara, Tina, Beth, and Braden were my team, so I've got all 4 still. Not
Well, Tara's probably gone this week, so let's just knock you down 1 peg. And you got an extra player because I didn't get to have a 4th player because
what
we were
about
hoping.
Kelly?
It's hoping that there's going to be an add-on or a returnee or something like that. So I only have Jed to ride on right now. Ooh.
Okay, gladly.
What about you, BB? What about you, Dolores, Natalie? What do you guys think? And so could Victoria be in trouble with a Beth HOH? She could be. She could be a backdoor option. It really depends on who wins the veto and all that stuff. But if say Beth puts up Tara and Rohan and Braden. No, I'd say Braden because I don't think she'll put up Tina. Braden wins the veto, takes down Rohan. I can see Victoria being the replacement nominee in that scenario. You know what I mean? So she's not in big trouble, but there is a chance for her to go on the block.
Yeah.
I'm so happy though. I sold my Tina stocks. Yeah, not my Tina, my Tara stocks. Tara, yes. So wow. I put them all in on. I put them in on Kiefer and put them in, and Jed is who I have them in on right now. So hopefully they have some spectacular gameplay so they can go up and so I can win some more money. But I'm happy because those Tara stocks have been plummeting. And I thought it was a good buy, but she just plays so badly that like she doesn't do really well in the ranking system. So
sorry, Tara.
Sorry, Tara. Dolores oops. Wait. Oh, sorry. I meant to say I want Tina to win. Oh, you want Tina? I wasn't sure. And lastly here, do we think that Victoria will tell Beth that she was the individual HOH to kind of say, hey, I saved you guys last week? Oh, we lost Jojo again. I think yes, I think that Victoria, she can't really keep those things to herself. I don't know how she and Beth's actual relationship is, so I can see her using that as some sort of leverage for sure to try and, sway her vote away from her being the head of household. So I can see her having a one-on-one conversation with Beth and them talking about it, or maybe even Beth saying like, was it you? Was it you? Tell me. Was it you? And maybe getting it out because people can get a lot of information out of others when it's head of household time. So I think that Victoria is going to say something, or at least Beth is going to ask and Victoria is going to tell. I don't think she's going to deny it anymore, especially since Austin is out. But it might be like, it's our little secret. Maybe try to build a bond there. Well, thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out with me and Jojo while he was here. Obviously, you know that we love talking to you guys, especially about Big Brother. You'll see us again on Monday. Joining me on the block will be Khalid again, unless something drastically changed. But if you haven't done so already, please join us on Reality Pop and subscribe. It's going to be your new hub for all things reality TV. And you know where you can find me most days. I'm going to be on Reality Realness with 3 S's. And I think I've told you before, but I do have a contest going on where if you or a friend or somebody sends me a screenshot of their subscription, helping us get to 1,000 subscribers, then I'm going to enter you in a draw for a $100 gift card for Amazon. And if you're in Canada, I'll give you an email transfer if you want. So 2 things to do: subscribe to Reality Pop and also subscribe to Reality Realness. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you. Ooh, who's this? Thank you. No, thank you too, BB. See you too soon. Monday. Bye.